Hi everyone and welcome to my review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This is going to be spoiler related, so please, if you want to watch the movie first before going to this review, please do so. If you don't care about spoilers and just want to hear my thoughts on it, anyways, I'm just going to put a disclaimer here. I am not a movie reviewer, so things are going to be a little iffy, especially since I don't have a script for this. I just want to give my in general thoughts about the movie and so on. So, anyways, let's get to it. First of all, if you're going to be expecting a one-to-one adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's series of games to the movie, you are going to be generally disappointed. I'm going to say that right now. Me personally, I did not expect that. And what are my thoughts on it? I really like it. But I do know that it's not going to be for everyone. So, yeah. By the way, you do not have to be a FNaF fan to watch this movie and enjoy it. My mom knows nothing about the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, and yet she liked the movie. So, yeah. First of all, there are certain things in the movie I wish they could expand upon, like how do the kids, show up in Mike's dreams, and another thing is that how can they control certain things with the pizzeria, because there are times where the pizzeria is locked in certain places, and while others not so much. Another thing they should have really explained is what kind of illness Abby has. I don't know for sure. My mom says it's probably autism. I say it's ADHD or something. But anyway, that's kind of my complaints about the film. Yeah, they are not really much, but mostly because I love the film, but yeah. By the way, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible throughout this because, well, I don't want to be sounding like it's on one-sided, like I absolutely love this film. So, yeah, I should have probably put this in before I started reviewing, but anyways. One thing I'm kind of mixed on, which is more in general for everyone else, the fact that this feels more like a thriller than like a horror movie. In my opinion, I think it's fine because I'm more invested in the story than, the scares. And especially the kills. It's PG-13. But overall, I think I prefer the whole thriller thing because I'm more invested in the story. Another thing I want to point out is that the animatronics seem more friendly. This one, for me, is a general compliment. I kind of like it because it does establish the fact that the animatronics are basically kind to the kids but are pretty grudges against the adults and basically can only tolerate Mike Schmidt just because he's actually Abby's older brother, so the animatronics has to get on her good side or something. I'm not 100% sure. They really should also expand upon the animatronic motives a little bit more. Are they controlled by Afton, or are they actually aware? Like, the kids possessing the robots are aware of what they're doing. That's kind of what I mean. Jesus, this review is getting all over the place, but anyways. Vanessa is a character I am kind of mixed on. One hand, I like how she's portrayed. The other hand, I wish they could have done more with her. Her being Afton's daughter is fine. Like I said, I don't expect this movie to be a one-to-one adaptation of the FNaF franchise. So yeah. One thing I do like is, of course, the animatronics. Let's get real here. They are the best part of this film. Them moving around and stuff. I really like it. I think Foxy is the only one who is actually an animatronic and doesn't need to have someone in the suit. If you take one good look at Foxy, you can see why. I don't really see anyone fitting in there unless they are really skinny like Foxy. But, yeah. So, another thing is that I feel like I think there are some deleted scenes. I saw this one where there's Freddy, Bonnie, and Foxy being all clean, and especially Foxy being all repaired and stuff. So I think there is some deleted scenes that they should have added. Like, why did the babysitter Max come into the pizzeria to find them? I really want to know. Another thing is one of the kills. I really am surprised by it. What I'm talking about is the obvious one with Freddy. By grabbing Max with his child hand and biting him like it's like literally the bite of 87 or the 83, because I think they are both referencing both because they're both bites of some kind. I guess you could say he took far more than a frontal lobe this time, even though it's probably not Freddy who caused the bite of 87. It's probably mangled, but still. Another thing I think people probably are mixed on is the Balloon Boy jump scares. I'm not really scared by them, mostly because I don't really think Balloon Boy is that scared to begin with. Yeah, I will say that. Another thing that I think could be something mixed on is the Easter eggs. I haven't seen all of them, but what I do know is that the movie really has the Easter eggs. In my opinion, I feel like they are, like, muffled. Like, there's a lot of them, I'm pretty sure, but they're muffled to the point where they're not jarring like crazy. Yeah, I really like that. Like, that's my personal opinion. What do you guys think? Another thing I like is the cameos from, of course, Mr. Matthew Patrick, aka Mad Pet, aka Game Theory. I actually was caught off guard by that. He pulled an Andrew Garfield, if you know what I mean. I like how Corey was in the movie as a taxi cab. Another thing I want to point out is that another negative, is that Golden Freddy should have done more. If you don't know what I mean, is that if you're curious about the Freddy with the broken eye and the missing ear, that is Golden Freddy. If you don't know who Golden Freddy is, well, Golden Freddy is a hidden animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. He is essentially the character who caused the bite of 83 when he used to be Fredbear. I don't know if the bite of 83 or 87 takes place in this movie, but I just want to point that out. But still, I wish they should have done more with the character of Golden Freddy. I wish they should have introduced him when Mike is introduced to the animatronics by Abby, because in my opinion, I feel like he should have done more, like, besides killing the ant, which I'm gonna go address the ant, by the way. I could not care less. I was like, who invited this Karen to my Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Seriously. And I will say this, I really hate her. Mostly because I basically despise people who are just, like, being pieces of garbage anyways. That's probably just a me thing, though. I don't know. But anyways, how do I put this? Well, for starters, I really dig the whole, like, fact that they actually did Five Nights. I mean, it's called Five Nights at Freddy's. I like they didn't pull, like, some kind of, like, beware the sixth night kind of BS thing. I think that only works in the games, in my opinion. And I doubt anyone would expect a custom night kind of thing coming out, but still. One thing I really like is that it's less on the scares, because, yeah, my mom really thinks she's going in to be a bunch of jump scares, but no, she's actually generally surprised by it. One thing my mom really does like is the message to not let yourself hook around the past and instead just brace what you have. That is a really good message, and I actually agree with her. I love that message from Mike. And speaking of Mike, I really like his character. I really like his journey going through the whole movie. I feel like I want to see more of him in the sequels, because let's get real here. This movie made a lot of money, so there's definitely got to be some sequels. So, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I know it's not for everyone. I mean, there are certain things that should have been worked on, certain things should have been polished, and I know people wanted it to be rated R, but in my opinion, from watching this movie, it doesn't need to be. In fact, the kills should never... I'd rather have no kills in this movie, because I'm more invested in Mike's story than anything else, and wanting him to, find out what happened to his brother. Like, the only kill I would say should be in the film is the spring lock scene. Oh yeah, the spring lock scene. I think it's okay. What I do like is Matthew Willard's performance as Afton being Springlock. It was so brutal. Like, I don't need to see the blood. It's like, ugh. It made me super uncomfortable in a way. Like, seeing the Springlocks just close in, and he's like, try not to scream. It makes me super uncomfortable while the animatronics just like watch it all happen. And speaking of which, I'm just gonna say this right now because I'm pretty sure all of TikTok is gonna be mentioning it. The cupcake, or Carl. That cupcake is a flippin' menace. I'm just gonna say that right now. That cupcake is the NPP for no reason. Like, Chica had no kills. She's like, hey, Cupcake, kick this teenager's butt. Cupcake, get after Mike. Cupcake, teach our killer a lesson. Okay. Munch. Yeah. Overall, that is I'm gonna say that Cupcake really steals the show at times. It carried the movie, as well as Foxy. Speaking of Foxy, I love what they did with Foxy despite how limited his movements are. I like how they try to not use CGI on him because, well, he's already a practical effect, so you might as well do what you can with him. I also really dig the fact that they didn't go too hard on the eye color. Well, I do wish that they did the the black eyes with the white pupil thing. I think it's fine without them. It's not the end of the world. It could be nice though, but still. One thing I will say I have a sort of nitpick is, what's the point of the red eyes? Like, they got on full red eyes at the end of the movie. Like, what's the point of it? Yeah. So, yeah. Another nitpick I had is that Freddy doesn't have the Torador March thing going on. Like, you got Foxy doing his dum 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 dum. I hope I did that justice, but anyways. But, yeah. Overall, yeah, take a shot every time I say but. Anyways, that's gonna be my review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'll give it a C+. That's the best I can do for it. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's also pretty enjoyable. I can imagine myself watching it every once in a while. But anyways, guys, that's it. Gonna be my review for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of it all. Well, honestly, I don't know when I will reach that milestone, but still. Well, please ring the bell for more notifications. And anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Gamer out. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but that beginning intro song slaps so hard. I really love it.